What up? It's on the sick one to sobriety. My name is Rob, and I'm an alcoholic and drug addict. We're gonna continue on with this crazy story, with this journey to rehabilitation, where I got to this new grupo. Now we even have to switch the language because the place that I walked into was an all Spanish speaking rehab, which I learned a new word that is called an anexo. I don't even know what that word means in English, honestly. I don't even know what it means in Spanish, if I'm being quite honest. I just know that it's called an anexo. That's the house that we lived in, right? So I come up, I see all that crazy shit that happened when I first pull up in the driveway. And the homie that's the house manager, we call him El Primero. The first I don't know, in English doesn't make sense, right? But he's the house manager. So he does my intake and he's gonna take me to the room. The room that my homie had told me that it's a dark room, that they don't let you out. You don't see the fucking sun. That all they give you is hot tea and sopa maruchan, right? So they do my intake. I don't have any clothes. I don't have nothing. They're like, don't even trip. So they're taking me to this room, and the house manager asked me. He's like, you smoke cigarettes? I was like, yeah, but I don't got it. And he's like, oh, it's cool. He's like, after the meetings, we'll take you out to get some fresh air. If somebody has a cigarette, we'll get one for you, or whatever. And so they start giving me. Well, he starts giving me the rundown of how this house works. He's like, so the first 3 days, you're going to be in the Cuarto de Malillas, a.k.a. the Cuarto de los Piojos, a.k.a. Cuarto de los Llorones, a.k.a. fucking, I don't know what else. They have so many names for that fucking room, right? But it's the withdrawal room. That's where you have to come down for 3 days, mandatory. Doesn't matter if you get there sober. Doesn't matter if you've been sober for a year. If you're going to join this program, you have to do the 3 days in that room. And so I was like, all right. He's like, so whatever. He's like, dame todas tus pertenencias. I was like, what? I was like, what? So at this time, I really wasn't up on my Spanish. To be honest, like I understood Spanish and I could have a conversation with you, but there was just certain words that I didn't know. There was a lot of words that I didn't know. Come to find out, and I was like, what? He's like, good thing he spoke English because he's like, just give me everything in your pocket, fool. I was like, all right. I didn't have nothing. I just had my ID and my passport, I think. He put it in one of those yellow envelopes, wrote my name on it, put it away in the files. He's like, it's gonna be right here. It's locked with the key. The only person who has access to it is me. He's like, and I'm not going nowhere. Don't worry, I don't want your shit. I was like, that's cool, whatever. So he's like, all right, so you're gonna do the first 3 days in the room. He's like, right now you have two roommates in there, and I'll introduce you to them. But first, let me give you the rundown of the program. I was all right. So we're sitting at the kitchen table. The kitchen table is a big old glass see-through table, right? We're just kicking it. He's talking to me and he's letting me know that the first 3 days are in the room. Once you come out of the room, you're gonna come out. I can't remember what time you come out of the room. I'm not sure if I think it's at 3 p.m. You come out at 3 p.m. from the room on your third day. You go straight into the shower. You have 5 minutes of bathroom time. 5 minutes, that's all you get. As soon as you close that door behind you, your 5 minutes start. So when you go in there, you better do a whore bath. Pretty much, you just cleaning your ass, cleaning your front parts and your armpits and whatever else you could get, but you better be out there in 5 minutes. That's just the rules. I was like, all right, I get it. It is what it is. I was like, I have never had to take no 5 minute shower, but it just is what it is. I mean, I wasn't even showering at the time I got there anyway, so it was whatever. And then he's like, all right. He's like, so here's the sala de terapia. I don't know, therapy room. It's where we have the meetings. I was like, oh, there's meetings right here? And he's like, yeah, we have 5 meetings a day. And I was like, whoa, that's a lot. He's like, yeah, tell me about it. He's like, so our days start at 5 in the morning. Everybody has to be up at 5 a.m. and out of the room. Or if you sleep outside in the mattress, your mattress has to be rolled up and you have to be ready, waiting in line to take a shower. Everybody takes turn. We go by seniority here. Whoever's been here the longest goes first, and it starts, and you get the tail end when there's no more fucking hot water and shit. I was like, fuck, goddamn it. And okay. So he starts telling me that everybody gets the shower, they get out. Once you're done taking the shower, you go to the room change, and you have to come out of the room. And you are no longer allowed to go in your room for any reason in the goddamn world. You have to be outside in the living room or in the sala or in the living room or in the sala de terapia and in the meeting room doing something. You just can't be in your room. You can't go back to sleep, and you have to stay awake. You can't take naps, nothing. You have to stay awake from 5 a.m. all the way to the end of day at 9:15 p.m. I'm like, damn, that's a lot. That sounds like a big fucking deal, dog, to stay up for that long, no taking naps, no nothing. I was like, damn, all right. He's like, in the meetings, 2 hour meetings. I was like, damn. He's like, first one starts at 7. I was like, starts at 7. Why are we waking up at 5 and it starts at 7? God damn. He's like, so the first meeting starts at 7 a.m. He's like, so from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m., he's like, what we're doing around here is your chores. They call them talachas or servicios. So everybody has their own service right there. There's a primero next to what he was, the house manager. There's a cocinero, the cook. There's a cafetero, the guy who serves coffee and tea. There's a guy who washes the cups that we drink coffee out of, and he cleans up all the ashtrays. And then there's a guy who cleans the yards, and then there's a guy who cleans the bathrooms. So everybody has a service, and they rotate every 3 weeks. Every 3 weeks, the services rotate. So you're gonna go through every single service you're there. So he tells me this program is for 3 months. You're gonna be in here doing meetings for 3 months. On your fourth month, you get to go out what they call media luz, which means that you go out to go look for a job and you have to be back at a certain time. You have curfew. You have to be back before the sun goes down. Unless you're working and you have proof, then you got to call. You got to be responsible. I was like, oh shit, man, fucking, I have to check in with people now? Like, what the fuck? Like, dude, this is some fucking bullshit, but okay. I guess it's part of the program. I got to do what I got to do, right? So he's giving me the whole rundown. So after he tells me that, he's like, all right, you ready to start the program? Does it sound okay to you? Because he's like, you're not going to bitch out like the guy who took off running right now? I was like, nah, I'm good, dog. He's like, cool. Give me your shoelaces. I was like, my shoelaces? What the fuck you want my shoelaces for? He's like, believe it or not, shit happens in there, dog. And I was just like, hey, all right. Give him my shoelaces. Give him my belt. He's like, all right, let's go meet your new roommates. I was like, cool. Go in the room. There's some old school motherfucker in there. Fucking grandpa status in his 60s at least. And he introduces me. Oh, that's Miguel. And I was like, all right. I was like, hey, ¿qué onda, man? Mucho gusto. Nice to meet you. And the guy, there was a guy on the air mattress on the floor. And that's Jose from Las Vegas. And I was like, hey, what's up, mucho gusto? And whatever. Older guy. What the guy from Vegas was in his 50s. The guy on the bed was in his 60s. And I'm the young cat right there. I'm the youngest one. And they're like, oh, here, the bed's empty right there. You can take it. And I was like, you sure? You don't want to go on the bed? I'll sleep on the floor. I'm the new guy. He's like, nah, I don't want to sleep on there. I understand exactly why he didn't want to sleep on there. The fucking bed bugs on this fucking mattress. But that's just the type of place I was in. It was bed bugs. It was rats. It was roaches. Shicey approaches. Meat mugs, shoulder shrugs, all of that in that fucking room. It was crazy. But it is what it is. It's what I had. I had a roof over my head. So in this place, there's no alarm clocks because you're not allowed to listen to the radio. If like those type of alarm clocks, right? There's no clocks at all in that room because they don't. You're not supposed to care what time it is anymore, right? Your time doesn't mean nothing no more. You're just there. There's no outside entertainment like newspapers or magazines or comic books or nothing. The only literature that's allowed in that room, or actually in the whole program, is just AA material, Mexican AA material. So that's all the books that they have. That's your only entertainment. And everything's in Spanish. And at this time, I was struggling to speak Spanish. So we're in there. Like, they bring a kettle full of hot tea. No sugar to fucking top it off. Fucking sucks. And it's just hot. You have to pour yourself a cup. They give you a foam cup. And that foam cup, you got to make that shit last the 3 days that you're there. You pour yourself your tea, let it cool down. They ask you what they do serve you a lot is a lot of sopa. If you're hungry, they'll come and check on you. The cook will come and check on you. and the house manager will come check on you, and they'll always ask, "Hey, are you hungry? You want a soup? You want a soup?" And sometimes you say yes, sometimes you say no, it's whatever.